What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. All right, we about to crack it down again. I gave it to you earlier with the CBA talk, and now I'm coming back again with you another one. Man, I tell you what, the first time the CBA was done, they had a 90-day, no, it was a 60-day extension. Now, this time around, the WNBA has offered them a 30-day extension. But here's the kicker. The players only going to agree to it if it meets their criteria. Now, as I sit here and ponder on this one, these players really think they had the upper hand. They really sitting here thinking to themselves, yeah, we ain't gonna give a deal. We got the upper hand. We got all the power. They need us. But then again, you gotta think. As we've been talking about all year long, don't overplay your hand. You see, you too cocky and confident and thinking that, oh, the league can't do nothing. I keep telling y'all, the league has a contingency plan for them if this becomes a lockout. If these players keep playing these kind of games, they're going to find themselves on the bad end of deal. Because see, this is what they're doing. They're trying to play this game and thinking that, hey, you know what? Oh, we got a rival. We don't need them. They have to wait on us. But the latest addition is the WNBA has offered players a 30-day extension to continue negotiations per Alex Philippou. Now, let's go back to it because I'll get to that article. Now, Alex wrote this 3 hours ago. She said, a source said the players may be willing to consider an extension under the right circumstances, but they feel those circumstances do not yet exist. So, what circumstances are y'all looking for? What circumstances could it be to make y'all say, okay, we agree to a 30-day extension? Don't you know the longer y'all don't make a deal, it's going to be worse for y'all? It's going to be worse for y'all because the fact of the matter is the league can move on without y'all, without a new CBA deal. They can bring people in for all the players that lock out. They can have players replace you. There's enough talent out there to bring in and pay them whatever it is to play in the WNBA for 2026. See, I keep rehearsing this line because people fail to understand that a lockout doesn't mean a complete work stoppage. Now, if they choose not to bring players in, then yeah. But if they decide to bring players in, there's nothing that the union can say about it because guess what? The union would have no control. And if the league continue and still profit more and they decide to still not make a deal, guess what? The league continues on. Then it could be lately, and then it could be probably a litigation, legal thing here and there after that. So who knows? But we have to wait and see. But again, these players are shooting themselves in the foot. One person said that at some point the WNBA franchise is going to have to tell the current commissioner to resign. The WNBA needs a David Stern, Adam Silver, Roger Goodell figure in the position, which should buttress the league where the high-profile individuals that players, owners, and fans respect. I don't know about that. I mean, you can't tell the commissioner to resign because the fact of the matter is you can't get a deal done, and the players are mad because they thought that the thing about it is at the bottom line, the players mad because the league doesn't want to do business with a rival. That's just pretty much it. They don't want to do business with a rival. And when they already have things going on with athletes unlimited, so a rival want to be a part of the league, and you want to double dip. Nah, they ain't going for that. They not going for that. You're not going to just try to profit off of playing in the league and everything else. Again, Annie Constable she put up here as well. Annie Constable put up here as well. Can confirm Alex Philippou report that the league has proposed a 30-day extension to continue negotiations with the WNBPA. A source also confirmed that under the right circumstances, excuse me, players will be willing to an extension. Those circumstances do not exist yet. So again, I'm looking at it as this. What makes you gonna think they going to, in order to show good faith, y'all willing to extend? Makes no sense at all. So in the article Front Office Sports, WNBA players remain far apart from the CBA deadline, days away. You have days away. And it says that WNBA and the Women's National Player Association are now expected to rectify a new collective bargaining agreement before Friday. For them, more than 2 months, source for sports that October 30th was going to come and go without the CBA. On Tuesday, The Athletic also published a new episode on No Off-Season podcast in which the lawyer Aaron D. Drake said a deal would not be reached by Friday. So I went over this earlier and everything like that, and for lack of better words, I went all over this stuff with Adam Silver and his comments on the Today Show, which he said share isn't the right way. And this is where people keep saying that, hey, that the players didn't ask for 50-50. They only want revenue share. No, the players did ask for that. They wanted that. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to try to make excuse me, my allergies is kicking up, guys. So they wanted to do that. They wanted to definitely make a statement. If it wasn't about revenue share, then why come out with pay us what you owe us? Because like I said before in my last video, they haven't really made any money, anything profitable to make sure that they decide to get what they wanted. All they wanted to do is try to stronghold and ride the back of Kayla Clark the whole time. Now all of a sudden the Fisher Collar comes out here and say, oh, well, you know what? It was Caitlin Clark who did this. She only making this amount of money. So if Caitlin Clark had came in as a rookie and making over $1 million and as a rookie, y'all would have got mad at that. Because then y'all would have said she came into the league, she hasn't done anything. She didn't deserve anything. She hasn't won anything. So now all of a sudden she's 2 years in, y'all just decide to remember, oh yeah, it was her. But y'all knew that the whole time. Now y'all trying to use her leverage to leverage the league to give y'all more money. Well, y'all could have been doing this since the last CBA, and y'all didn't even do that because y'all sat back and just thought that nobody was going to pay attention to you. There was going to be no eyes on. Y'all thought Caitlin Clark and all of them rookies was just going to come in and just fit in and they star power would have been going. Nah. That wasn't the case. That was not the case. So now you're in a situation where now you're going to have to wait and see. Again, like I said before, if Friday arrives with no agreement, there are multiple paths forward. The first is an extension of the current CBA, which both sides will have to agree to it, and as they did in 2019, when there was a 60-day extension led to the ratification of a new CBA deal just ahead of the free agency in 2020. So again, they can extend the 30-day to November, past Thanksgiving. Then if nothing don't get deal, they could do another 30-day. But then you have to have something in place before free agency starts. So if both parties do not agree to extension, they could continue negotiating in good faith without a CBA in place, as in as in common in labor negotiations. A work stoppage in the form of a lockout will happen only if initiated by the league and the team ownership. This would bar players from facilities and all league operations, including free agency and WNBA draft, and it will pause until a new CBA is in place. The upcoming draft, special draft for the Toronto Temple and the Portland Fire will also be on hold if a lockout were to occur. The entire league is operating in the dark in preparation for a draft that is expected to take place in December. So, quite naturally, they need to get this deal. If they do extension, they need to get the deal done no later than December. I mean, not December, before December. They have to do that. Now, the last time the WNBA had a multi-team draft was in 2000 when it welcomed the Indiana Fever, Seattle Storm, Miami Soul, and the previous initial is the Portland Fire. So, with that being said, I think that they need to work on extension. That's what they need to do. They need to get an extension done. Try to get a deal done initially before the expansion draft. Because if you don't get the expansion draft, everything is going to be rushed. Then you might end up have to push the 2026 season. But like I said before, the league probably has a contingency plan that we don't know about, and they can move on, even though there might not be a expansion draft or whatever. But something will take place. These players is trying to hold up the league. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to destroy the league, hold up the league to get what they think they feel like they deserve, and it's not working out in their favor, and it shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? It should be a common ground, something laid out for years down the line. And some of these players is already approaching, 20, 29, 30, already in their 30s. So how much money they think they're going to get before they up out of here? So I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. I think they need a 30-day extension because, like I just illustrated there again, the expansion draft do take place in December. So they need to get a deal done before December. It's going to be a lot of work, man. These players, they too ungrateful, they too dim with it, and they think that everything revolves around them. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Until the next time, Livewire Sports Media, it's The Wire.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Livewire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Livewire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.